Hi there. Okay, so it's one of the most commonly asked questions that comes my way. I'm always doing some kind of eating plan, whether it be vegan, vegetarian, competition diet, or a paleo diet. That's my most recent foray into cooking and eating. But the question I always get is, how do you prepare that food and prepare food for a family who maybe all of them aren't interested in eating paleo? How do you do that without spending your entire life in the kitchen? So tonight I grabbed a recipe off Pinterest, and as is often the case, it's not quite a complete recipe, so you have to modify a bit here and there, which is what I did, but it was a great base, and it was a great shepherd's pie recipe. But I thought, hey, I'll show you exactly how I do it. I don't eat potatoes, my family does eat potatoes, so this is how it goes.
So start with 2 onions chopped really fine. Then your picky eaters don't notice them. They're in about 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. There's the potatoes boiling and our paleo version, cauliflower and parsnips. Once the onions have started to brown, remove them and throw your 2 pounds of ground beef or whatever meat you like into the pan. The onions will come back, but for now we're just going to get that beef browned. While it's doing that, go ahead and mash up your potatoes, milk, cream, butter, whatever you like, a little garlic, make some yummy mashed potatoes. Once the meat is brown, I like to give it a rinse with hot water, so we're getting that extra fat off. Then we'll return it to the pan, get it heated up again, get some flavor back in it. We'll add those onions in. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. This will get things thickened up once we add our liquids. Speaking of liquid, the nectar of the gods, red wine. 1 cup of good red wine. So throw that in there. Now preheat your oven to about 400 degrees. We've got another cup going in, this time of low sodium beef broth, and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and then simmer that all together for about 5 minutes. Once you've done that, add in your mixed vegetables. Recipe called for 4 cups. I added 2 cups. You're going to throw that in and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Enough time to whip up your cauliflower and parsnips. I'm adding in some ghee, that's clarified butter, about a tablespoon and a half, and then about 1/4 cup of full fat coconut milk. Whip that all up, add some garlic, some salt and pepper. It just makes a really flavorful topping for this meat. And speaking of the meat, let's divide it into 2 pans. I've done a smaller and a larger version, and you guessed it, the larger one is for the family, so this is where the potatoes are going to go. Give it a nice thick layer, spread it, make a nice design. I like to make it pretty. And then do the same with the cauliflower mixture. Next, I'm going to sprinkle paprika on top. Gives it a little color and a little bit of flavor. And then these babies are going into the oven, both at the same time. We just want to heat things up. So about 25 minutes is good. That gets things really bubbling. Look at them baking away in there, getting nice and warm, and then they get nice and browned on top. So both versions looking really good. Potato version came out a little bit drier, I will say that. So there's an option to add maybe a little more beef broth or wine. There's my one daughter and the other one who does eat salad. So it makes a really hearty meal. And I did notice that the cauliflower version was a little bit less dry. Enjoy.